The Object 140 is a Tier 10 Russian tech tree light tank. Yes, I know it's a medium, but basically after Wargaming buffed this vehicle in Update 9.1, I would call it a light tank. Now there's people out there that will argue that this isn't a buff, and it's a nerf. But to me, I tend to see it as a buff, because the Object 140 was quite a mediocre medium previously, where it just didn't really stand out that much to me. You could drive a T22 medium, or a T62A, or even an Object 907, and accomplish most of the goals this tank tried to accomplish, but a lot easier. And because of that, I never ever played this tank, and it's pretty rare for me to play Russian mediums in general, because I like alpha, gun depression, and you don't really find either of those when it comes to Russia. But yeah, the 140 never really was my cup of tea. But I will say, now that Wargaming has actually changed the tank to be kind of unique, I really think it's a good idea. The tank goes 60 kilometers per hour with 20 in reverse, and it's got a fantastic power to weight ratio of 21.4, averaging 40 kilometers per hour. It has 72 degrees of traverse speed, which is insane, and its camouflage got buffed through the roof to a point now where it's actually pretty similar to light tanks, which is amazing. The gun did not receive any nerfs whatsoever, so while the 62A's accuracy went up 2 turds, the Object 140 still has pretty nice accuracy at .317. It's got a great aiming time and some of the best on-movement dispersion in Tier 10. Pair that with the great DPM and everything else this tank carries, and by the way, I gotta swap over the Ramber down to the fact that, well, yeah, you can't really pin the U100 turret anymore, so I might as well. So to me, the 140 is basically a light tank, but a light tank that carries 3,600 damage per minute. That's a pretty good combination if you're to ask me, so let's see how the vehicle can perform in some gameplay. I got 10 minutes before my ribs are done cooking in the oven, so I'm hoping that we can get through 2 battles in 10 minutes, or else I might have a very, very smoky house. Alright, well here we are in our first game, and what do we have up against us? We got a T92E1 and an M60 when it comes to mobility. Okay, I think we can deal with that. When it comes to the rest, they got a T95 and a WZ113 GFT plus a 268 V4. And judging that I'm running Rammer, we're gonna have almost no chance of penning the V4 anywhere apart from the hatch. The IS-7 and the E100 as well, and those will also be very tricky opponents to deal with. So this will actually be a pretty solid game to see how the 140's armor works, how the gun works, and everything else. I mean, the tank's basically the same as it was before, just a bit of a slight change. So I'm going to get a nice tap into the T92E1 right there, and maybe we'll get another one out if he continues to show me his turret. Nope, but that's all fine, because he is still down health, and now he's on a reload. And, okay. Well, that's just bad luck, but oh well. Let's see. The 92 got shot, which is really good. We got the rest of the enemy team basically pushing over here, which should give me the opportunity to kind of get the jump on them, especially if, like, we deal with this 92. There you go. One nice shot into his vehicle. Let's put on our adrenaline as well. We can get another nice shot into that T92E1, and yeah, say goodbye. Goodbye. There you go. Fantastic DPM on the 140, working to just tear straight into the enemy. Now this V4 probably will pen me, but I'm using this car just in case. And beautiful, look at that. The V4 did not shoot us. Looks like he actually fired up my FE2 on 5B, but that's completely fine with me, because now the Object 268 version 4 is quite low, like incredibly low at that. And as you'll notice again, that tank, while it's very hard to pen frontally, even at one of the slightest of angles, you can quite easily cut through its frontal armor. Beautiful hatching shot into the T95, and we're going to go for another hatching shot. There you go, another 355 damage right there. One more second left, and boom, 256. Bit of a low roll, but it doesn't matter too much to me. We're going to aim in one shell on his roof, finish him off, and with that, we are easily raking in damage numbers this game. So we got the 100, which I literally can't do anything to. We did get penned by the WZ, probably in the turret, would be most expected. I also don't really want to poke that, and yeah, as you can see, right through the turret cheek. So when it comes to this vehicle's armor, definitely nothing amazing, especially now that the turret got even weaker. You're going to be penned in it, but to be fair, I'm pretty sure I would have been penned abandoned the turret previously as well. Our Jagdpanzer is going to stop that M60 from being able to do anything once I come up behind him. So what we're going to do is use the fantastic mobility we do have. Get behind this M60. There you go. And yeah, this guy has no clue what he's doing, but that's fine with me because we're going to get another shell into the M60. And now we're going to do a bit of a side scrape so that way we can poke him, pen the shell, and he fired HE. Okay, fine with me. That's pretty easy damage. Now we got the IS-7 off to the side, who we can hopefully pen once or not. We can try it again, though. We also got the WZ off to the side, which we are going to take a shell right there at. Another low roll. What is up with low rolls today? It's fine, it's fine. We can pen some easy shells onto the side of this IS-7. We're already up to 5,000 damage dealt, and there you go. Nice shot finishing off the enemy IS-7. I was really hoping that one would not low roll. It didn't, and that is definitely what we wanted. So all that's left is an enemy E-100, which is over there, actually. I did not expect the E-100 to be this direction, but that is fine. We're going to use the mobility that this vehicle carries and just speed over towards him. While the E-100 may have frontal armor, it may have side armor, it may have all sorts of armor, it still does not stand a chance against our heat shells or our fantastic mobility. So we're just going to squeeze into here, and then we should be able to, I don't know, can we? Yes, we can. Nice. And then we can get another nice tap into his vehicle. Even though he's probably going to pen us, it doesn't really matter too much to me. We're going to get another nice tracking shell into his tank right there, and because we have so much DPM, it doesn't matter. The E-100's dead. So, I mean, he HE'd us. I'm not sure if he knew he was loading HE, but we still did everything we needed to in this battle. And this is a great showcase of the 140. Sure, it may have changed, but you can still do fantastic in it. This was a 6,699 damage game. It's like the perfect number right there. 6969 is really what you want to get. But either way, this was a fantastic game. We were able to pull out a mastery and showcase the 140 in its fullest extent. So let's do one more game, and let's see if we can do that again. But yeah, even on a map like Dynasty, a very close quarters game, you can see where the mobility, the fantastic DPM, is able to just ravage enemy hit points. If we get on a very open map, let's say like, I don't know, Vineyards, or we get a map like Castilla, that's where the Object 140's fantastic camouflage is really going to come into play. In fact, a game like Winter Malley, this isn't definitely the largest map out there, but for medium side, there's a pretty open gap, and that's where our view range and camouflage should come in handy. So the enemy team has a T-22 medium, a T-100 LT, and an Object 84. And an E-50M. Holy moly, they got a lot of mediums. So we get a Type 68 and an... Wow, okay, so we just get 2 Tier 9s. Wow. Yay. Well, let's aim it on this E-50. There you go. Nice shot, and let's back up. Thankfully, all of our team is actually pushing this way, which is fantastic. That gives me a massive boost of confidence. Now, for now, I'm just going to sit here, wait for my camouflage to reset, because there's no reason to really poke. Now that it has reset, we should be able to get another nice shot. There you go. Beautiful shell into the T-22 medium. And with that, yeah, the enemy team is already bleeding quite a bit. I'm going to push past. Our unfortunate pattern is quite low, but judging that it is just a Tier 9 pattern, it's not the end of the world. We're going to get a nice shell. Well, I guess we aren't going to get a nice shell because he's dead already, which is fantastic news. I will take every dead teammate or enemy team I can get. Light tanks. Don't you know that light tanks have impervious rears because of the angles? What? I always question that, why the Object 84 has so much armor, and that's why I'm going to tunnel it, because I hate them. So, Object 84 is going to be cleared. E-50M, let's get a nice shell into his rear. Nice fire as well, 565. And while this T-100 LT might be trying to escape, we're going to get a nice max roll into his vehicle, finishing him off. With that, this is already a win. I mean, you can see again with the mobility, everything about this tank feels really nice and enjoyable in my opinion. So now after this, I mean, this is just easy. We're just going to use our mobility again, speed along. There's the Yo. He missed one shell on us, and there you go. Nice tap right into his hatch for 315. And now maybe we can get another nice shot into the, well, you know what? We can also just tap that E-100 with a heat shell for 330. We can back up, and this E-100, there you go. Another nice tap. I mean, again, the DPM on this vehicle just absolutely mauling vehicles like the C-100. I tracked him again. Unfortunately, that tracking shell didn't really do all too much. And we can aim it on this Yag. There you go. Nice hatching shot onto the Yag. He fired, which means now we can just kind of poke him. And, well, honestly, I'd rather poke the 100 at this point in time. I feel like his tank is a lot easier to try and take apart. And there you go. Nice shots into the Yag again. Backing on up, and let's aim it on the hatch. Boop. Unfortunate. But judging that the Yag fired, we can just push our way on up. Even if we get hit by this U100 at this point, I really don't care, because we can push past the U100 using the fantastic mobility we have. There you go, another nice penetration. We're up to 4,500 damage dealt. Let's get another nice penetration, 4,880 damage dealt. And with that, we're also going to out-reload the WZ-113 GFT, dealing 5,000 damage. 2 back-to-back games, 2 fantastic battles, showcasing the Object 140, and just in time to get my ribs out of the oven. This is a fantastic tank. There might be people out there that think this vehicle got nerfed. I don't really think that's the case. I think that as long as you understand how to use this tank and its attributes, it's even more fun and way more influential than it previously was. It still kept the gun, and that's the main thing. It kept the gun, and it gained mobility plus camo. And if you use that correctly, well, I mean, you can do fantastic things. So hopefully you enjoyed today's video, and I'll be seeing you in the next one. Bye-bye.